So the under-20 AFCON rolling along really nicely. Nigeria beat Mozambique by 2 goals, as they are expected to. Coach, a tournament Ghana could have been at, but football at the lower levels, after we won this competition under Abdul Karim Zito in the tracking and getting free edition, we couldn't go back there as defending champions. Crazy.
Very crazy. Look, unacceptable. You see, I've always said that if you look at the method of qualification of late, if we don't set up in Ketia,
we'll probably never go to this
we
tournament.
will never go to any major juvenile tournament again.
Yeah.
Including
the women's football.
The women's football.
Yep.
Because of the road to the tournament.
Yeah.
Our people, you see, since we booted the Nigerian out of the Senior World Cup, every tournament in which we had to go and compete for a slot with them, they eliminated us.
Yep. And if we are being honest, we should, if we watch that game, Nigeria were the better team.
Yeah,
we were lucky.
We are referring to the one that the Black Stars even qualified in Abuja. We were very lucky. So it goes down to planning. And from the way this administration is sleeping on the job, we should forget about every major tournament because they have no clue. Because I would have thought that the qualification methods are there.
Yeah.
You should be asking yourself, will the Nigerians in particular be a stumbling block in our way? They will definitely be. Tournament after tournament, it is one hurdle we need to overcome if we really want to show ourselves.
Yeah.
So they are not there. Look at the quality of football they are playing. They are doing proper football.
Yeah.
Look at the Senegalese.
Yeah. As for Senegal and Mali,
they are the champions. Men's game proper, senior level,
Chan level,
beach level.
Yeah, they're probably looking to add this to
They are probably looking to add this to their collection.
I mean, look at what they did to Egypt.
Host nation.
4-0.
Could we have beaten the Egyptians if we were there? I doubt. But at the end of the day, it comes down to proper planning. It comes down to people who's got plan and they have a way of making sure that the plan works. We don't have a plan. Our plan is to share 18 pairs of boots to Premier League teams. Hearts of Oak, Kotoko, Mediama, Ediana. Come and take 18 pairs of boots. That is the plan of the man running the FA of this country. So for me, look, we just have to accept where we are at the moment and enjoy teams like Senegal, teams like Nigeria, teams like Algeria, Mozambique, Madagascar. They will go and they'll showcase their football to the rest of the world. It is sad because some time ago, we used to be a formidable force. You remember when Keto Kreko administration won this tournament? You remember the things they said and the things they did? So what has gone wrong? Is that your peak? Is that your level of achievement? You win that and you think
we'd have expected to build on this.
You could have expected to build on that. Build on that and make sure that you are always there as a formidable competitor that the rest of the continent will have to contend with and battle with. And you show the true Ghanaianness in you. But we are so un-Ghanaian when it comes to our football. Under Ket's administration, I said what? We are so un-Ghanaian. There's nothing Ghanaian about the current FA. And therefore, we keep being embarrassing ourselves. Like we said on Sports Panorama. You saw the girls. They were wearing jumper and jalabia to go and play football.
Old jerseys.
Old jerseys. We are in a complete mess. Complete mess. And I've always said on this program, I would say, this year gives the football people the perfect opportunity to fix that.
I hope football people want to
fix. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to vote.
Fix the issues.
I'm not a delegate. I will not be voting. But they should look at what is happening. If this man could supervise and approve, draw a budget that says that every Black Stars management member should share 13 billion old Ghana City, $100,000 for being a management member going to the World Cup. And he comes back some few months later and come and give Hearts of Oak 18 pairs of boot, Kotoko, 18 pairs of boot, Midiama, 18 pairs of boot. And our women, our juvenile football is in the state in which it finds itself. The best thing to do is to kick him out. Vote him out of office and bring somebody who has got proper plan on how to rule our game in Getia.
So quick thoughts on Senegal and Egypt. Host nation. I mean, Egypt have always had a thing for crumbling at the lower levels. I'm not sure why, But I remember again, even at the World Cup where they hosted, Nigeria U and Co went and won that World Cup in their backyard. They don't seem to cut it for me these days at the juvenile level.
You know, they remind me of Germany. Because when Germany were winning World Cups in the 80s and 70s and 90s, when youth tournaments came around, they struggled. They were awful. And there's just something about Egypt. At senior level, there's this experience, there's this know-how, there's this will to win. I think if you look at player for player, if you compare a team like Egypt to Algeria and Morocco, I don't think their players are as good. But I think there's a kind of team spirit and determination and cohesion that they use to win tournaments and win matches, which is why, and those things don't translate as well at youth level. If you think about youth level, you have the best of a 2-year class. You know, you're not getting, at national team level, you can have the best of a 10-year period. But at youth level, you're going to have basically the best periods
2 years.
1 in 2 years. Yeah. So because it's that small, the individual talent matters a lot more. Because if you look at under 20 World Cup winning teams, for example, only about 3 or 4 of those players usually go on to have good national team careers.
Exactly.
But they are winning under 20 World Cups, under 20 AFCON. So talent matters a bit more in that situation because the difference between the best player and the worst player is a lot bigger. Because you can have an under 20 team with a Messi, and under 20 team with a guy who's probably going to play his whole career at Mallorca or something like that. We don't really hear of, you know, but they're in the same team. But when you get to the top level, because of the wider age pool, the wider age gap, the fact that some people are even late bloomers, you have a better team. You can work on cohesion and that kind of stuff. So I think Egypt, talent-wise, they just don't seem to have those players coming through as well. Because when you look at their national team, player for player, I don't think Egypt has one of the better national teams. But they have that cohesion.
They
have
had a
the
golden
tactical
generation. They just passed out.
Exactly.
And then now they are
but
struggling.
even now, they play with tactical cohesion. They play with, they are smart. It's a smart team, but they are not an exciting team. And I think it's harder for that to work at youth level. So I think it's just a cultural thing about Egyptian football that if they try and focus more on their player development, they will probably do better, because that's why Germany changed their style to focus on player development. They knew they were winning World Cups, but they realized that their model was not sustainable, that there could be a lot of tournaments where they will struggle because they don't have the players. So let's focus on making better players, and the whole thing about mentality and those things can come later. So I think that's where Egyptian football needs to go if they seem to be struggling at youth level.
Well,